Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Tamchelvi, Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Design at SNS College of Technology. In this video, we will learn about the abstract data type, that is ADT, its components, advantages, disadvantages, and its real-time applications, and the most common ADTs used in programming. Let's begin. First, we must understand what is in the ADT. ADT stands for Abstract Data Type. It is a mathematical model of data structure. It specifies what data can be stored and what are the operations we can perform on the data. But it does not tell about how these operations are implemented. That means it hides the implementation detail from the user. So think of this way. When you drive a car, you must know how to start it, how to accelerate and brake and the steer. But you don't need to know about how the engine works internally. So that's why ADT provide abstraction and information hiding. Let's understand how an ADT is designed using DT concept, that is design thinking. The first phase is empathize. Empathize means we have to understand the user needs, challenges, and expectation. For ADT, we have to identify the requirements of programmer and we have to understand what are the operations we can perform using stack ADT like push, pop, and peek. The next phase is define. In this phase, we have to clearly state the problem to be solved. For ADT and to design a stack ADT that follows the LIFO principles, we have to determine the behavior of the data structure and we have to specify the functional requirements. The next phase is ideate. In this phase, we have to generate multiple ideas and possible solution. For ADT, we have to explore different implementation methods and compare the alternatives like array-based stack and linked list-based stack. Even though there are different implementation methods, but the behavior is same. That's the beauty of ADT. The next phase is prototype. In this phase, we are creating a model implementation. The implementation may vary, but the user always see the same interface. So let's see the characteristics of ADT. As I told you earlier, ADT is a logical model that defines the state of data and the operations that can be performed on the data without specifying how these operations are implemented. ADT has some attributes like abstraction, encapsulation, information hiding, modularity, reusability, and implementation independence. Abstraction means it shows only the essential information and hiding the unnecessary details. Encapsulation. Here, data and operations are bundled together as a single unit. And as I said earlier, the implementation details are hidden from the user, so we can achieve the information hiding concept. And ADT promotes a modular approach to program design, and each ADT is independent and self-contained. ADT can be reused in different programs without changing their implementation. So next one, components of ADT. Here, ADT has two components, that is data and the operation. Data means the information being stored, and operation means the functions that are performed on the data. Together, data and operations form the complete ADT. For example, stack ADT has the operations like push, pop, peek, and isempty. Let's compare the ADT and data structure. ADT means abstract data type. ADT describe logical view of the data, whereas the data structure describe the physical implementation. And ADT focus what are the operations we can perform on the data. And data structure focus how the operations are performed on the particular data. And the ADT is independent of implementation, whereas the data structure is depends on the implementation. For example, stack is an ADT, but it can be implemented using array or a linked list. Think of an ADT as a blueprint where data structure is the actual building. Let's look at the most common abstract data types like list ADT, stack ADT, queue ADT, tree ADT, graph, set, and dictionary. The first one is list ADT. List ADT means in this we can do some operations like insert, delete, search, and traverse. And in list ADT we can implement the list ADT using array and linked list. Some of the applications are student records and contact list. The next one is stack ADT. Stack ADT follows the principle last in first out, and we can perform any insertion and deletion only using the top element. Operations like push, pop, peek, and isempty are the operations we can perform in the stack using the top element. We can implement the stack using array and also using the linked list method. Applications of stack. Function calls, undo operation, expression evaluation are the applications of stack. And next one is QADT. QADT follows the first in first out principle, and we can do some operations like NQ, DQ, friend, and rear. NQ means adding a data into the queue, and DQ means removing data from the queue, and friend means which returns the first element in the queue, and rear returns the last element in the queue. We can implement the queue ADT in CPU scheduling, printer queue, and ticket booking systems are the applications of the queue ADT. Advantages of ADT. ADT simplifies the program design and it hides the complexity and internal details, and which promotes the code reusability so that easier maintenance and debugging is possible in this. Even though it has some disadvantages also, additional design complexity and slightly overhead when the size of the data is high, and performance depends on the implementation. We can implement this ADT concept in database design, operating system, compiler design, artificial intelligence, and networking applications. ADT provides abstraction and modularity. It specifies data and its operation without revealing the implementation detail. It is a fundamental concept in data structure and software engineering. So just pause the video and try to understand the concept using this mind map diagram. Let's take an assessment. The first question is, which of the following is an ADT? The answer is stack. Second question is, stack follows which principle? Obviously, stack follows last in first out principle. And the third question is, queue follows which principle? Queue follows first in first out principle. Question number 4, ADT mainly provides abstraction, compilation, memory allocation, and encryption. The correct answer is abstraction. Fifth question, which is not a characteristic of ADT? Encapsulation, information hiding, modularity, and mission dependency. The answer is mission dependency. It is not a characteristic of ADT. Thank you for watching this video till the end. See you in the next video. Thank you.